today I'm going to be filming a video that I never thought I would film, and I'm still a little bit hesitant because it's just like, it's a weird subject. So if you're queasy or if this is not a topic that you want to hear about, please excuse yourself because I can see where this would be very controversial. But it has been a problem for me all my life, and I wanted to try to help somebody else who's going through the same thing. I wanted to talk to you about period cramps and how to ease them, or how I ease them. Now, a little bit of background, and again, this is really why I didn't want to film this video. By the way, I have two forms of hydration. Do you like? I have my Smart Water that I put the Mio liquid in, and then the hashtag Beauty Guru problems when you use an eyeshadow palette as a cup holder. But I have some homemade kind of herbal tea here, and I'm using an eyeshadow palette as a cup holder because. Anyways, as I was saying, I didn't think I was going to film this video because I am kind of a medical mystery, and tell me if you want a video on this, but I'm just gonna flat out say it, and if you are like queasy or if you're like, I don't know, not cool with like adult-ish topics, then see ya in the next video. But I have two vaginas. And I've kind of tried to tell people before and hinted to it, but I've never like flat out been like, hey guys, I have two vaginas. I found out because I'm a duck and I have one kidney and this is why. That's not what this video is going to be on. This video is going to be on period cramps, but if you want a video on that in the future, let me know. But the reason that it's important to mention that I have two vaginas is because my periods are much worse than most people's. When I was younger, before I started learning like, oh, you can take medicine, or you can do this, you can do that, I was actually hospitalized for period cramps and issues. I get mood swings, I get splitting headaches, migraines, I get diarrhea, I bleed for, sometimes I bleed for 5 days. One time I bled for like 23 days. So off the wall because it's two different vaginas being like, hey, you know, flowing like the Red Sea up in here. But I get super cranky, I get mood swings, I get, oh my god, the cramping is the absolute worst. And I just am honestly in so much pain and I cannot handle it, which is why when I was little I was in the hospital. But over the years I figured out a couple things that have really helped me. I think I might actually have like a syndrome, like bad period syndrome. I don't know, it's never been diagnosed, but I'm sure that I do. But I didn't want to film this video, but I am because it is so painful and this is what has helped me. And honestly, like, instead of getting our periods, why can't girls just like sleep for 7 days? Just like 7 days a month. It's a win-win situation. Everyone wins. But no, unfortunately, this is stuff that we have to go through. So I did want to tell you a little bit about that. If you want a double vagina story, if you're okay with that, tell me and maybe I'll film it in the future. But I'm a miserable mess, and I'm moody, and I'm crampy, and I'm angry, and so I wanted to talk to you about a couple of the things that I do that kind of ease up those period cramps, because they are no fun, and I don't want to bleed like all over everything, and yeah, it's really miserable. So the first thing you can do is bump up your hydration, and that is why I have two forms of hydration here. I have a homemade herbal tea, and I have my big jar of water. For some reason, I've noticed that when I'm on my period or before my period, if I really push my fluids, it seems to lighten everything up. I don't know if it makes the blood thinner, what it does, but I'm happy. Second thing you can do is eat light. I find that if I eat a lot less when I'm on my period lightens up. And I think the reason why is because the reason we get periods as women is so that we can reproduce. And in order to be able to reproduce, our bodies have to be able to support the growing life of a baby. And our bodies know naturally that our periods are not essential to live, like our heartbeat or our brain. It's essential to make babies, but not to live. So if we are undernourished, or if we're in starvation mode, or if we're out in the wild and like don't have enough food, our body knows that it can't support a baby, so there's no reason for a period. So if while on your period, or like right before, you eat a lot less, eat small meals, try to fill yourself up on water, other things, I've noticed it really helps my period. Is that healthy? I don't really know, but it's literally the only thing that I can do for my period. Also, I stop eating spinach, no iron, no beef, no pills or supplements. Excuse me, my nose is running. Avoid iron when on your period because blood is made up of iron, and I notice that if I eat iron before or while I'm on my period, man, I will float like the Red Sea, which is no fun. So avoiding iron for me has been a huge lifesaver. It also helps with cramps. Do not eat iron. Just try it. It has helped me so much to lighten both the flow and how long I'm on my period for. The next thing that you can also do, you can also avoid salty foods or fatty foods or sugary foods. I'm not exactly sure why, but when you're on your period, I guess sometimes we get cravings, and those things like add to cramping or add to the flow of the period, and I don't know exactly why. I wish I could tell you, but I know that those are foods that can make a period worse. So when it comes to those, make sure that you're avoiding those as much as you can. Try to fill up on, like I said, low calorie but high nutrition, low iron vegetables, maybe some fruits as long as it's not too much sugar. Some meats are good, like fish and chicken and turkey, as long as it's not like iron, so no beans, no spinach. But that has helped me a lot. The next thing is taking warm showers or using a warm compress. And this is mainly for cramps. I get the most splitting cramps. I get buckled over. The cramps are what cause extreme diarrhea. If you use a warm pack, that really soothes out that cramping. Same with taking a shower. It's the idea of applying heat or pressure to that area, and it just totally eases it up. Now, also some people could use birth control to control the duration of your period and all that stuff. I am not on birth control. I never have been. I know a little bit about it, so if you want a video on birth control and acne or birth control and periods, let me know, even though I've never taken it personally. I've never had it personally. But that's just something that like you should know, and it can regulate a period and I guess make it lighter or worse depending on which birth control you're on. Honestly, I feel like such a puffer fish. Like when I'm on my period, I bloat up so bad, and it could be salts, it could be water retention. Let me know if you want a video on bloating and water retention that's not related to your period, or maybe if I figure this out. But I always get super bloated. I don't weigh myself regularly, so I don't know exactly how accurate it is, but the most that I can see that I've gained on my period was 11 pounds of water weight, or 10.5 pounds, 10.8. And that was, I don't weigh myself all the time though, which is the problem, but I believe that I gained like 10 pounds of water weight that went away after my period. Literally within a couple of days on my period, I was this weight. 3 days later, when my period had ended, I was a different weight. Crazy. And like I said, my periods last so long, so this definitely helps to lessen the flow and the duration and all of the symptoms. It doesn't help with bloating though. Water kind of helps with bloating, but let me know if you want a video on that. The next thing that can help you is exercise. And again, I don't know exactly like eating if this is really the right thing to do, but this is what I do and it works for me. If you over-exercise, again, it tricks your body into thinking, look, we don't have enough nutrients to support a baby, or we're working too hard to support a baby. Let's not have as bad of a period. And I know that in general, I think exercise loosens the flow because it does get blood pumping through your body as opposed to just like falling out your vag. I really don't know, but I know that exercise helps. And the last thing that I will talk about is Midol or Advil. Advil is what I used to take, what the doctor recommended. Now I take Midol. It has caffeine, something for the cramping, and I think something else, but Midol does help me a little bit more than other things. I used to have prescription, what was it, Vicodin I think? Was it Vicodin when I was a kid because of the cramping? But yeah, they should have figured out I had 2 vaginas back then. But that is what I do for my period cramps. If you have other things that have helped you, please post in the comments because Lord knows I need help. I'm sure other people out there would like to lessen or get rid of their periods or, you know, decrease the cramping and the mood swings and all that. Does anyone have tips for mood swings? Because I am literally like crying one second and then I'm like bouncing off the walls with joy the next, and then I'm like angry and trying to kill somebody with a freaking pad, like strangle them to death. And I hate pads. They're like wearing diapers because I can't use tampons. And cups, I don't know what those are, and I'm a little bit afraid of them. So yeah, that is what this video is about. I will put links in the bottom tab for you. Any questions, ask me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, or ask them in the comments. But I hope that this helps you, and that I hope your period does not last as long and is not as heavy of a flow. So yep, I'm gonna drink my tea that is sitting on my handmade makeup palette cup holder, and I will go wail in my misery and talk to you guys all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.